Little Victories here, and I want to give you my July 2023 eBay sales for the month. I know I'm a few days early, but I've been waiting on a big PSA order that's in QA2 right now, so I should have that reveal next week. So overall, I was very, very happy with my sales in July. It might even have been the best month I've had since the pandemic card boom. I'll go over each sale in this video, and you'll be able to recognize a lot of the good sales of cards I've graded and shown in my past YouTube reveals, which includes that Trent Williams Gold Chrome Refractor. I ended up selling it. So let's first go over the numbers. The ultimate winning card for this month's highest sold percent increase was the Ralph Sampson Star PSA 10. I ended up selling it for $400. You know, I only had $20 invested into it. So the percent increase was 1900%. So let's see if a card can beat that next month. I hope one can. That'd be amazing. Looks like my 90-day total is remaining solid. It comes in around $68,000. And I still got over 1,500 active listings, which is kind of my bread and butter point. So, looks like I sold a total of 192 items, and that breaks down to about 6 to 7 items sold per day on average. And it looks like on average, the price per item was around $120. Which actually seems really high. I must have had a couple bigger items sell. I feel like I'm usually maybe around $80 to $100, but I'll take it. Looks like the total sales gross was $23,106, and that's up 73% from the prior time period, which is great. I'll take it. The net sales, you know, that deducts the eBay selling fees, etc. That was at around $18,473. So I spent the time and I added up how much I spent, you know, the amount invested for each item, and that number came to $10,850. So from those numbers, I can estimate the net profit, the actual profit, and that was around $7,623. And my profit margin was around 41%. So pretty solid. And if we are going by percent increase, which is always a fun number to go by, it would be at about 70% for this month. So pretty solid numbers, you know, considering eBay fees and stuff are already taken out. Honestly, when I buy a card, my ultimate goal is to get around 100% return. You know, it sounds high, but because when you go from raw to grade, your percent return should be greater. So not too far off at 70%. I also wanted to give you one more number. It is the percent graded myself out of these cards I sold this month. And that was, out of the 192 cards sold, 154 cards were actually graded by me. So that's about 80% of my items sold are cards graded, submitted by myself. All right, let's go ahead and move on. I will go through every sale. This may be boring for you guys. If it is, you can shut off the video now. If not, enjoy. It's probably about 20 minutes to go through every card. All right, thanks. All right, first up, we got a DeAndre Hopkins. I actually sold that one for $50. Next, we got a Nadal. Those Net Pros 2003s have gone down substantially. I ended up selling that one for $25 as a PSA 10. I got some Beam Teams recently graded. You've probably seen them in my reveals. I'm going to have a lot more of these Beam Teams, so I wasn't too upset by selling these. I ended up getting $57. Quick sale on those ones for that Pippin. The Zach Martin, this is a card I'm sad about selling, but the profit margin was just too great on this one. I think I only have $30 into it.
including the grading fee. So selling it, I think at the actual sale price was around $250. It just made sense to sell. Next one, Russell Wilson. I've been buying a lot of his autographs and stuff from his rookie year, 2012. This one was a quick kind of flip. I think I bought it on eBay 2 weeks ago for around $135. Ended up selling it quickly for around $180. Card just didn't speak to me. Same with his Mariota. I got a good deal on eBay a few weeks ago, probably for like $10. Ended up selling it for $34. His stuff has seen a little price spike because of that Netflix documentary show on quarterbacks where they follow Kirk Cousins, Patrick Mahomes, and Mariota. I recommend it. I'm a huge fan of that show. I love watching Mahomes. The background behind what he gets ready to do each game. Anyway, so yeah, quick flip there. McCaffrey ended up selling that one for $85. Here is the greatest sale of the month. It is that Ralph Sampson Gem Mint Pop 1 star card. So hard to get those in Gem Mints. Ended up selling that one for $400. Can't beat that. I only had $20 into it, including grading fee. Next up, the Freddie Freeman. That one sold for $25. Then we got a Ryan Tannehill, ended up selling for $50. I'm totally okay selling Tannehill stuff. Same with the next one, Baker Mayfield. This one ended up selling for $80, I believe. I still, even if he has a great next 3 years, which is a big, big if, he's still not going to be a Hall of Famer. So I'm okay selling his stuff. We got Michael Jordan, PSA 9, ended up selling that one for $20. Chris Jones Gold, that's another card I did not necessarily am happy about getting rid of. I think he's a future Hall of Famer, but, like I said, profit was just too great. Ended up selling that one for $350. Here's a Kyle Korver. I love that 2003 set, the X-Factor set. That one wasn't too much of a profit. I think I bought it for $60 and just kind of wanted my money back because it didn't look gradable in that. Through the case, it just didn't look gradable when I received it. We got a Cryptozoic Walking Dead. This is an actual one-on-one sketch card. This one I think I paid like $30 and sold it for $40, so not much profit there. Here's that franchise you just saw in my recent reveal, the Barry Sanders. Ended up selling it for $150, $160, somewhere around there. Kind of had to do it. Only into it $20. So the Tyreek Hill, I think I sold it for $150 for the Purple Hollow PSA 10. Keenan Allen ended up selling for $22. Sean Taylor, that was a nice sale. It's a cool card, but I'm very happy with that sale. I was only into it $20. Ended up getting full price, $100. Chris Mullen, here's the Beam Teams. I sold quick. I think I accepted a $50 offer. The Dominique Wilkins, I accepted a $50 offer. Actually, the Chris Mullen might have been $55, so good sales on the Beam Team for PSA 9s because I'm really shooting for those 10s. The Terrell Owens Stadium, I ended up getting $34 for. The Howie Long, that's one where I probably lost money overall. I think I sold it for $15, which is probably equal to or less than the grading fees. The Tim Tebow, ended up getting $40 on that one. The Curry, that was about $25. The Fred McGriff, another card I probably evened out. I probably sold it for, I think it was about $18, $19. Steve Young, that was a recently graded card. I ended up getting $125 on that one. The Gronk, ended up getting the full $100. And then here's the Power and the Key. I wonder if I price this too low. It's sold within 24 hours of listing. I hate it when that happens. But I was pretty confident in my price. But ended up selling it for $350. Profit margin, I have probably only spent $25 on it, including grading fees. So unbelievable profit there. Then we got a Darrelle Revis. This one sold for $75. this was a big sale. I'm not in a hurry to sell LeBron James rookie cards, especially in this market. His stuff is still really down, and this one was numbered out of 100, but, you know, sometimes you just got to make the sale. I ended up getting $800 for it, which was still more than I paid. I think I was probably into it about $400. Next one's the big one. It is the Trent Williams Gold out of 50. That's the one I pretty much made a whole video on. I bought it raw off eBay for $280, so plus $20 grading fee. I was into it around $300. Ended up selling it for $822. So that was a card I planned to keep for a while unless it sold big, and you know, bittersweet, it did sell big, so I don't have it anymore, but I also made a good profit. The Gary Payton, those ones I lost money on, I'm sure. They ended up selling for around $15. The Jalen Waddle, that one was a nice little profit. Ended up selling for $72. The Troy Aikman was sold for, I think it was $70. CeeDee Lamb, Laser Orange, sold for, I think it was sold for the full price of $75. The Larry Fitz was $25. Walter Jones was $23, I believe. Justin Jefferson, I don't want to sell his stuff either, but it sells so well. I think I sold it for $45. Tony Gonzo was around $26-27. The Tua was around $25 or $26. The Austin Reeves, that sold full price for that Revolution. Very excited with that one. Sold for $100. I pretty much only had $20-25 into it. The DeAndre Hopkins sold for $77, I believe. The Ray Lewis, that was a recent grade too. That one sold quickly at $49.99, I believe. The Lane Johnson, number out of 10, sold for around $40. The Peyton Manning sold for around $85. The Hurts sold for around $34. The Julius Irving, that one was around $37. Fletcher Cox was around $130 for that PSA 10. Another card I wasn't quick to get rid of, but I did. The Kobe was around $25. The Tiger Woods, I had about 5 or 6 of these Gem 10s, so that's probably one of the lowest they've been selling for in the recent years, but like I said, I have about 5 of them, so I'll keep pumping them out. It sold for around $277. The Christian McCaffrey sold for, I think it was that full price, $75. Tom Brady 2002 Scores, that one sold for around $30. TJ Hawkinson, I enjoyed this card, but it has been sitting in my store for a while, probably a couple years, to be honest. I ended up selling it for, I think it was around $375. I'm probably into it $200, so not bad. Here's the Ayton, that one sold maybe around $90. Sean Taylor sold for around $71, $72. The Griffey and Strawberry sold for around, I'd say around $50. The Chris Olave sold for around $50. A thick card that got a 10th. That was pretty rare. Zach Martin sold for around $125, I believe. The Jalen Brunson sold for around $80. That was a quick sale, recent grade. The Nintendo Griffey, that one had a good sale. I think it was around $90, but I had a lot of grading fees invested in it because I cracked it out 3 times thinking it would get that 10. So probably into it around $50 or $60. The Derwin James, that one wasn't that great of a profit. I ended up selling it for around $80. Bought it raw for around $45 plus grading fee, so probably a $5 profit there. The Spider Girl, I'm always happy when these Marvel masterpieces sell because I don't have much into them and I don't have that passion for them like I do sports cards. So probably only $20 into that card. Ended up selling it for around $95. The Star Wars Millennium Falcon, I'm sad about this one. I think I sold it too low, but that's okay. I sold it for $72, but only $20 invested into it. The RJ Barrett, That was a quick flip. Bought it on eBay for $10. Ended up selling it for 20. Deshaun Watson, I think I bought it for around 70. Sold it for around 135. Justin Jefferson, that's a card I'm sad I sold. It's a bummer. I shouldn't have. I think I sold it for around 170 maybe. But I think when the season pops, it'll go up. But next one is I always like the Lucky 13s. This is the Iverson 96. Ended up selling for 35. Here's another Marvel Masterpiece. This one sold for around 115, I believe. Maybe around 100. Either way, I'm very happy with that. The Kobe Bryant, not much of a profit there. I think I bought it off eBay for around 180 and sold it for around 230, I believe. The DeAndre Hopkins, that one sold for around $25. And then we got a Karl Malone Chrome 9, sold for $23. The Damian Lillard, that one ended up taking around $90 on that one. Here's the white chocolate Jason Williams. That one I probably lost $5 on. I think I bought it for $35. Ended up selling it for $35, I believe, or $40. Edgerrin James, that one sold for around $35. Baker Mayfield, a couple Baker Mayfields in this month. This one I probably took a hit on. I probably bought it for around $275. Ended up selling it for, I think, around $150, I believe. About $150. But like I said, I'm not. If you don't believe in the player, you don't believe in it. So you should probably sell this stuff. We got Russell Wilson. That one sold for $200. That was a cracked slab that I got back in the mail. It got damaged. I just sold it, I think, for like $12. Here's the Devin Hester. That one, I think I bought it for $30 and only sold it for $35, $37. So not much profit there. Here's the Galladay and Cooper Kupp Gold Optic. That one, not much profit. I think I sold it for $42. The Freddie Freeman 2007 sold for $27. The DeMar DeRozan sold for around $37. Here's a Hopkins Auto Cool 1989 design. That one sold for, I think, $28. Here's an Arenado. That one sold for $27. The Cribs, you saw that one recently. That one sold quick. Very happy with that. I think it was around, I sold it for around 110, I believe, somewhere around there. John Riggins sold for that number, about $25. Keenan Allen, that one sold quick at about $80. I'll take it. Roger Craig, his rookie, probably lost money there. I think I sold it for around $16. The Lamar Jackson, I'm sad to see that one go. But I bought it already graded for like $350. And I ended up selling it for around $525, I believe. So a little profit there. The Arenado, that one sold for around $50. The Austin Reeves sold for around $100. The Dan Marino, that was sharp. It should have been closer to a 9, but that one got $25. Ernie Banks ended up selling for, I think it was around that number. Wow, that's good. It's a nice little profit there. $75 for that. Eric Dickerson, PSA 8. That one sold for around $23 or $4, I believe. The Trent Williams regular refractor. I probably shouldn't have sold that one too, but I did. I think I sold it for around $200, and I bought it already graded off eBay for $130 a couple months ago. So still a nice turn of profit. Mike Evans, PSA 10, around $40. The Jalen Hurts, I don't know why I'm quick to sell these ones either, but I did for around $200 for these silvers. I think that's pretty low price considering it should sell higher than Justin Herbert. There's his silvers, but they don't, weirdly. So that sale I'm not too happy with. But we got more Jordans. That SP, I had a lot of those, so selling those for around $40, $45. The Brunson Dazzle for around the $65. The Oscar Robertson, that one was around $27. The Quentin Nelson was around $15. The Chris Jones out of 99 was sold for around $65. Ray Allen, very happy with that sale. I know during the boom those cards were insanely priced, but selling it now for around $110 is a good deal. For the seller. Stephon Diggs, that one sold for around $50. His Topps Auto Spawn sold for around $33. 33, 34. The Amari Cooper was around 40 bucks. The Allen Iverson, I think he just returned that one, unfortunately. But that was a sale of around 110. Justin Jefferson, that one I regret selling too, but it was a card I graded myself, and I felt it should have been a mint 9. So it was an overgrade. I'm always a little quicker to sell overgrades. I know it still has that PSA 10, but I just don't like seeing that little flaw on it. So I ended up selling that one for around 145. The Dick Butkus was around 20 bucks. Kenneth Walker was around 20 bucks too. Sold that Larry Johnson I bought at a card show for 3 bucks. I ended up selling it for 15. Trent Williams sold for around 70. The Kobe Bryant sold for around 30. The Jim Marshall ended up selling for around 26 bucks. Dexter Lawrence was closer to around 15. Paul Pierce, that one's underpriced. I'm sad I sold that one. It was so sharp. I ended up getting 150 for it. That should be a $200 to $50 card, in my opinion. The Devontae Adams, that orange refractor is low pop. I ended up getting around 190 for it. Was happy with that. The Gary Payton ended up getting kind of 20 bucks on that. Jamal Adams, number had 25 black optic, got around 15. Alonzo Mourning was closer to 26, 27. Anthony Edwards was closer to around 45. The Josh Allen, that was a nice profit, probably only 20, 25 bucks into it. That one I ended up getting 100. Jordan Love ended up getting, I think, 85. And the Patrick Peterson was a quick flip off eBay. I bought it already graded for like 45 bucks, and it sold 2 weeks later for over 100. I think around 100. There's the Josh Allen Rivers. That one ended up selling closer to 220, I believe. The Dirk Nowitzki. Sad to see that one go, but the SGC graded slabs just haven't been commanding the price I've been hoping for lately. I think I ended up selling it for around 260, somewhere around there. Here's the McGriff Glossy. That one sold for around 25. The Duncan was around 20. Vince Carter was around 45. The Geno Smith, nice to see his stuff selling, was right around there. Right around 100 bucks it sold for. The Trent Williams, it's incredible that his base sells for more than the refractor, or about equal to. I think I sold it for around 215. So good sale there. The Aoki Metazoos sold. Very happy with that. I think I sold it for 80 bucks. So there you go. We're almost done. Laurie Markkinen auto. That one I sold closer to probably around 100. The Brandon Cooks, number at 25, sold probably around 22 bucks. The Jaylen Brown, that was a nice sale. Because I just picked one up last week for about $260. And I sold that one for around $450, I believe. So very happy there. There's a Russell Wilson. That one I bought for around 70 bucks, sold it for around 120. Jim McMahon, lost money there. I graded that one myself. I think I sold it for 15. Here's more of those SP Jordans I sell for around 45. Some stickers, lost money on these stickers. When they grade a little lower than you expect, you're going to lose money a little bit. So sold that for 10 and 12. And then lost money on that David Robinson, grading a 9. That Lane Johnson, I probably shouldn't have sold that one pretty quick. I think I got around 100 and bought it for around 60. But that's a card. He's a future Hall of Famer, in my opinion. That will go up over time. George Gervin, that one sold for around 27. Danny Ainge sold closer to around 55. Evan Mobley was around 40. McNamara, he's that big wave surfer. I watched an incredible documentary on him, and I had to buy one of his cards. So someone else probably watched the documentary. I ended up selling it for 50. I think I bought it for 35. Lamar Jackson sold for around 15. Here's a DeJounte Murray Monopoly, sold for around 40. Now I sold some of these golds. Very sad about 2003. But I don't know. I want to build that set, but I can't, and probably will never be able to afford that LeBron James gold. So I don't want to, create and build that set, take all that time when I can't even complete it if I can't get the LeBron. So that's my reasoning behind that. So I've been selling them consistently, probably for around 60 bucks. So there you go. All those golds for around 60 bucks. John Havlicek, that sold for around 22. Here's a Nick Chubb Neon Green Auto. That one sold for around I would say about $325. Here's LeBron James SI for kids, sold for around $45, maybe $42. Here's another Mariota sale. That one I took lower, probably took a hit on that. Probably bought it for around $140 and sold it for around $100. Calvin Johnson, that one sold for around $27. More Jordans, that one sold for around $25. Alvin Robertson, I took a little lower. I'm happy though. I think I took around $75, $80. The Travis Kelce, not much profit there. I bought it raw around $175 and sold it for around $215. Fred Lynn, that one was closer to around a $45 sale. Some Kirk Cousins, that was around $47. Drew Brees was around $27 on that. Quentin Nelson Red was around $20. Gary Payton Hoops was around $15. Here's a Devin Booker that was closer to about $350 on that one. We got an Eddie Johnson, more star cards. That one sold for around $40, $45. The Freddie Freeman Aqua, I'm sad about that one. He's having a hell of a career and year. So that one I sold probably for around $300. More Tiger Woods PSA 10. That one was around $280. Anthony Davis was around $50. Bradley Beal was around $25. We're almost done. Mike Mitchell was around $25. Gus Williams was around $25 for those 86. Zion Williamson, I took low on that, probably $26. More Jalen Hurts Silvers, sold that one for full, $220 on that. Damian Lillard, really sad about that one, but I just didn't have that much into it, probably around $250 into it. It was that crack out SGC 9.5, and I ended up regrading it with PSA, and it got the 10. So one of my favorite players, but had to do it. Profit was too great. There you go. That's my July sales.